It normally helps if I turn the mic on. Hi everyone. Hopefully we're in for a very exciting match. What I'm also going to do is, for when Hypnos finally appears, I'm going to make it so we can hear him as well, instead of it just being me. That should be everything. So we don't have a repeat affair of it being like the other day. Lovely. Well, it's very nice to have you all here, and it's also very nice to have what should be, hopefully, a very exciting set ahead of us. Though, Hypnos, I hear that there's absolutely no point in us watching this. I hear it's a swift 2-0, and that we shouldn't have even bothered. Because, you know, again, it's Louisiana, BigChief, Sitaux. They've won every game so far. Who could possibly barely even take a game off them?
Yeah, hi Tom. Hello. I'm here.
You're there. How you doing?
Yeah, hi. I'm doing well, thanks. Yourself?
I'm doing good. I'm very excited to see Louisiana come in, solidify their near flawless run through to the end. I mean, that's what we're all expecting, right? That's what we all want. We want some high quality BigChief action, and I think you know, we're supposed to have it.
Yeah, they won all the rounds, as you said. So, really wonder if how they will do on this last match. Let's see.
Well, see, I'm ready. Oh, oh, that tripped me out there. I saw myself on my stream. I was like, wait, why am I frozen? I wasn't. I was just being still. I'm ready to dive into this set. If you are ready to dive into this,
Yeah. Let's go.
Fantastic. Oh, interesting. That's not it. It's this. There we go. I'm at 1 second. Tell me what you're at.
Give me a second.
I love the supportive clicks, so we can really tell what's going on. And a cup of tea. Oh my word! Thank you, Jess.
Yeah, I think it will make a coffee for me.
Jess likes making coffee. She's a coffee fiend, but I just can't. I can't do coffee. I'm a proper Brit, which is why deep down we know that Louisiana has to lose. Eventually, because I guarantee nobody on Louisiana drinks a nice cup of tea.
All right. Okay, I got an error for some reason, so just bear with me.
I'm bearing. Cat, get out of the dinner bowl. Thank you. Well, in fact, while that's happening, let's pull up Enigma Cop bracket.
Right. So, yeah.
You there?
So, yeah,
You
whenever you want. Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Oh, fantastic. I can stop pulling up that bracket then. Tell me, are you at 1 second or?
My time is... Okay, where do I see that? 7 seconds.
Okay, I can get to 7 seconds. You stay there.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I am at 7 seconds, and we are almost. Hold on, let me just make it so I can see Twitch chat. I know, Sanjay, I'm doing a dual cast today. Very exciting.
Hello, Sanjay. Hi, man.
Always happy to have Hypnos
Welcome.
with us. Why don't you give us a countdown as you're here, as the co-caster? Count us in.
Right, guys. 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Lovely. Oh my word. Hello, ladies, gentlemen, anybody else who identifies otherwise. Welcome to Louisiana versus LEFTNATICS in the final game of round 9 of the Enigma. Well, not final game, final set of the Enigma Cup group stages. We have this is a battle to decide 4th place. Am I correct? Not for Louisiana. Yeah. Louisiana is already firmly solidified at number 1. But if LEFTNATICS manage to take this win, does that put them into 3rd?
Yeah, they should go 3rd. Yeah, correct. Because they are just one point behind the current 3rd team.
They have both qualified, but now it's just to decide who gets that better seed. Well, if LEFTNATICS manage to get that slightly better seeding position. 3rd or 4th. If we win, then 3rd. I think that's pretty massive. And as we see, we have in the blue Wisenatic or Wisenatic, or however I decide to pronounce it on the day, playing as the Koreans. A pretty fantastic civ for this map. Then we have Lefty Sexton playing as the Vikings down to the sort of east. And then their opponents, in the yellow, we have BigChief51, who we've all seen do incredible things with no eco, playing as the Dravidians, and then Vikings again for Sitaux. I think Vikings are a pretty fantastic pick on this map. Just super strong eco. Having those villagers be able to move faster in feudal age is actually really, really useful. Because you've got to run away from demo ships. This is a demo-heavy map, and one big demo shot can change the game. This is probably one of the few maps where I don't expect to see a large amount of fire ships, so the Vikings not having any fire ships is not as big a limiter as it is on other kind of water or hybrid maps. So, love the Vikings on this.
Yeah, usually the matches on this map last really for a short time, like usually less than 30 minutes.
You can definitely get a spiral very, very quickly, especially if, say, one teammate manages to mass up a heavy amount of galleys to do that feudal pressure. Then the second teammate walls up nicely and then just tries to fast castle. Now we can see because of Lefty's position of where he's managed to throw down his TC, Lefty can fast castle really nicely. We can wall off, really secure. We've got a backwood line that we can take which will avoid demos, and we can wall off pretty safely to the side of the map, securing quite a lot of eco space and some back farming. So I do think Lefty is in a really nice position to wall up and take this into castle if they decide to. Not so much the same position for Wisenatic. I think Wisenatic is probably going to have to go for some kind of feudal defense. The walling potential isn't quite as good for Wisenatic. Same for BigChief, though it does look like we could very, very easily wall up safely if we're Sitaux. So that could definitely be a risk. I like a corner position on this map, certainly for the early part of the game. The risk is getting trapped.
Right, I'm running a prediction. So yeah, if you wanna cast your prediction, guys, it's on, and you have 2 minutes from now.
Except Sanjay's not allowed to predict.
No, he's not.
All in on knowing.
Maybe he can get
play
his memory erased.
He can play the baits. Look at that. Sitaux, he's going for the stone walls. So he's fast feudal into stone. That's interesting. He is making galleys, so he is going for that feudal. but only a little bit. This is going to be effectively to throw out some aggro as early as possible to just disrupt any aggression coming his way, and then try and get up to Castle Age as fast as possible. I think that's really useful because being able to pump out the Viking longboats is huge. They're so powerful on this map, and there's very few civs that can deal with them properly. I have to say, Koreans might be one of them. The amount of stone that we've got nearby for throwing down towers for the defense means that Koreans are really hard to push. And if we get turtle ships out, it can be real rough to deal with that. First Ville pick looks like it's going to go in the way of Sitaux. And it does. So, Lefty is, as we can see, significantly later to click up, but it looks like we are going heavy for that click up to Castle. 26 eco units compared to everybody else having less, except Sitaux, but he's a little boomer boy, and we can see he's finishing off those walls. So, I'm expecting it to be Castle Age in pretty similar times for both Sitaux and Lefty, to be honest.
Yeah, Sitaux has been proved to be very good in micro managing galleys.
Yeah, it's almost like he's like 2K7 or something. Who would have thought that somebody that could arguably compete with the top 10 in the world might be might be a bit good at this whole game thing. It is, and he's looping round, and he's going to hit the fish of Wisenatic, and there's not really anything that we can do. What is lucky for Wisenatic there is that we managed to just about finish the fish in that area, so that's at least something. We do need to be able to drop off. There's quite a bit of food on some of these boats, which would be unfortunate if we lost.
I see Big Chief with demolition raft. But he just used them against the blacksmith.
Big Chief is just doing his own thing. I really love demos from Big Chief. Just by the way, I think that is the correct choice. Just have Big Chief just continually sending demos, small amounts of fires to just be a nuisance. Because if he manages to get one demo off that manages to do good eco damage, that will be so useful in this early to mid game. And even if it upsets his own eco, I mean, it doesn't matter. Big Chief never has an eco. We can see this is a game that is going to have to be carried by Sitaux having strong eco and strong military every time. And he's put himself in a really good position to do that by walling off so early with stone walls. Like, this is coming into this map with a plan. Do you know who won the toss? I mean, Sanjay, who won the toss? Whose map choice is this?
This is maybe Sanjay knows that.
Yeah, because I mean, both teams have picked really sensible civs. It very much seems like Sitaux has a strategy in place for this map. It's not a huge surprise. He should know.
Yeah, I suspect they picked up that. I suspect.
Oh God! Yeah, there we go. A demo comes in. Right under the TC as well. That should have killed way more Vills than it did. The demo pathing was particularly interesting. But there we go. Castle Age on the way in for Lefty. Nice and early. Relatively undamaged as well. I think we've got 3 docks. I probably want to see more Vills on gold and more Vills on wood, though, because I want us to start pumping out longboats. We're not going to take this in... We're not going to take this in Imp. We have to really start to put pressure on in Castle. So I'd like to see some longboats. It's perfect time for damage, though. Absolutely perfect time for damage.
Wow, that was powerful. I wonder if Lefty is just supporting. He's able to support Wisenatic.
Well, Lefty's going to defend at home.
Yeah.
He's going to lose a lot of eco to these 5 galleys. Fletching only just on the way in, and longbow. I would have loved to see Fletching come in earlier. This is pretty late Fletching when there's been so much feudal aggression. And then off the back of this, we're pulling our army back. We're hiding it up the north. We just don't want to lose it before Castle Age comes in and we get our upgrades. So all of this is just trying to keep the military mass up as high as possible. He knows that there is the possibility of him losing military to the earlier Castle Age of Lefty. Because all it would take is like having 6 or 7 fire ships out when that upgrade comes in to decimate pretty much this entire navy. So I appreciate the caution. Not needed though, because we're playing pretty defensively and we are making the longboats. Bogkin on the way in as well. It's interesting. We're sort of seeing the same mistakes play out again, where Wisenatic, the better player, is focusing down BigChief, who we know is obviously the carry king. But the strategy seems to always be just leave BigChief alone and kill Sitaux. And if you don't do that, you're going to have a rough time. And there is a bit of a rough time going on.
Oh, finally, left is coming. Support Sitaux.
But like, we're gonna lose all of our Castle Age army to a Feudal Age army before the Feudal Age army like gets its upgrades in properly. I mean, it wasn't the worst trade. We actually managed to knock out nearly half of that navy, but I don't think it was good enough. Like, imagine if all of the boats that are currently harassing BigChief, imagine if they were helping out with this defense. We would have won that fight.
Yeah,
we would have had the mass.
Yeah, they could have won. Yeah.
So I'm a little bemused. At the same time, it's like, this isn't upsetting BigChief at all. BigChief is just sending those demos in one after another. It's right in on the wood line and on the gold. Big damage coming in now. Boom, boom. Yeah, those vills go down. We lose at least 4 there. Gonna keep an eye on that vill.
Yeah, well played from BigChief.
That's the thing. That's the strat. We're just spamming these demos into the base.
Yeah, Wisenatic is just surrounded by war galleys.
This is tough. This is very tough because Wisenatic isn't in a position to click up, like, at all. There we go, just trying to get that click up, trying to get to Castle, but it's just nowhere close. We've got nothing on food. We're just going to start having idle time after idle time and never really be able to click up. We're losing our boat positions, and this is it. It's like, if Wisenatic goes down, that's a way bigger kill than putting BigChief in a position where BigChief doesn't have an economy, because BigChief doesn't want an economy. He's got demo rafts. University.
So why longboat has 7+2+3 in brackets? Why it's in brackets, the 3 number? What does it mean?
It's the projectile count, right?
Oh.
So that is the number of arrows that they fire.
Oh, okay.
Which is why they're so deadly, because 3 arrows coming out is good damage, even if something has high pierce armor. Like, longboats do okay against like rams and stuff as well. They're just so good. They also do okay against buildings when you get them up to a sizable mass. So I love Vikings for this, and we can see that now that the longboats are out for Sitaux, and he also has ballistics. It starts getting really, really tough for Lefty and Wisenatic, because Sitaux is nearly equal to their score on his own. And he's got more vills. Like, 2 TCs, he's not booming. Like, this is definitely an aggressive eco, but it's a properly aggressive eco. He's got 33 military on the field, pretty much on his own, right? 16 longboats, 6 galleys, and then we've got 6 demo rafts that are just going to slink in every now and then, just trying to do damage.
Yeah,
Nice.
Big Chief just killed all the villagers in Lefty Saxon TC.
Just absolute nuisance. He's done so much damage. It's the correct choice. We can see that the TC is going to go down before Castle Age comes in. We're just trying to repair it. We're trying everything we can to repair it. We might just about do it. Castle Age may land, but you know, what are you going to do when you get there? That's the question. What are you going to do when you get there? We've been forced down to 26 villagers by Big Chief and his consistent spamming of demos. We're on 2 TCs, 26 vills. Big Chief has a bigger eco than Lefty right now.
Oh no.
Attack the enemy with demolition rafts. 99%.
Wow.
GG.
Wow, what a game.
Absolute wonderful strategy from them both. Like that's it. That's the strat for playing with Big Chief. Just make him send demos, and it worked. It worked out absolutely perfectly. That was a textbook example of Louisiana being super in control and knowing what they're doing and just having their opponent's number. So yeah,
hello, Wisenatic.
If that was their opponent's map choice, they definitely came in knowing what they wanted to do.
Yeah, I'm surprised by Big Chief. He did a really good job. Really, really good job.
Yeah, there you go, Big Chief. You surprised us all. So game 2 is Arabia. So this will be Lefty and Wisenatic's home map choice then.
Yeah.
Who's casting this game? That would be Tom Snuffles. It's me. And Hypnos, who is the founder of the Hermetica clan. Is that right? You and a few others? You're certainly the admin.
Yeah, it was me starting 3 years ago.
3 years.
Hello, Perfect Scout. Hi, man. Welcome.
Yeah, so who's casting? Nobody good. But we are enjoying some high-quality Sitaux action in an interesting 2v2. As you might not know what the Enigma Cup is, the Enigma Cup is a matchup of a higher-rated player and a lower-rated player who team up in it's almost a league. It was 9 rounds, 9 weeks of group stage to go into a 2-week knockout. And we've had some really high-quality games. Louisiana has only dropped a single game in the entire 9 weeks. They've been super strong, super dominant, and unsurprisingly, they've managed to take game 1 in this set as well. So maybe there'll be no redemption for anybody. Maybe Louisiana will just come in and 2-0 it all. Who knows?
That's it. Hi,
maybe
Kai,
gods
welcome,
can
man.
fall. Right, I am in game 2. I'm on Arabia. Let me know what seconds you get to.
Second 4.
Second 4? Okay, I can get to second 4.
Right.
And as you did it so well last time, give us a countdown.
Yeah.
Hypnos.
So, 3, 2, 1, go.
Lovely ladies, gentlemen, and everybody else in between. And around the sides, welcome to game 2 of Louisiana versus LEFTNATICS. We have Wisenatic here in the blue on Arabia, playing as the Celts. And his teammate in green, we have Lefty Sexton playing as the Magyars, a more standard pick. Not that they get to pick the civs this time, right? Like, this is random civ selection by our sponsor, what's it called? The Wololo bot?
Master
Master Wololo bot.
Yeah.
And then we have Sitaux playing as the Japanese and Big Chief as the Turks. Now, that's a great civ selection for Louisiana. Having Big Chief as the Turks, if he gets a castle up and just makes Janissaries, that works for Big Chief, right? Like, that's a Big Chiefable goal. He can do that. And then Sitaux playing as one of the more versatile, open-ended Arabia civs. Like, Japanese can do pretty much everything. Archer line's fine. Knight line is perfectly reasonable in Castle Age and early Imp. And they've got some of the best swords in the game. So, you know, nothing to sniff at. But up against that with Magyars, if we go Cav Archer, I think Cav Archer is definitely something that can do really well against both the Japanese and the Turks. And we've got Celts, so I'm expecting some kind of infantry siege. Maybe we'll see a siege monk play. That could be really powerful. If Wisenatic does a sort of siege monk rush onto Sitaux to knock Sitaux out of the game early and pressure, while Lefty booms, that could be huge. Give Lefty a bit of a chance to get up to a sizable mass of Cav Archer, and I don't think there's much that Japanese and Turks can do against that. Unless Big Chief manages to get up to a really massive ball of either Cav Archers of their own or camels, and I don't see that as a possibility. That's not in Big Chief's playstyle. How are you feeling about that, Hypnos, for a game 2?
Yeah, so it's harder to predict. Usually, Lefty Saxon is good later in the game, and I think it all depends on their teamwork. I hope they can play together since the beginning. Yeah, I think they made a mistake in the first match, just sending those galleys away.
Splitting the military up.
So they cannot afford anything like that anymore if they want to win.
I think there was two sizable mistakes in game 1. Is that they have... that Lefty didn't wall when he was sort of fast castling, which meant that demos could affect his eco as well as they did. And by having the military split up for Wisenatic, they weren't able to take the engagement against Sitaux, who kept his whole military together in that sort of early Castle Age part of the game. And you're right, this is 3 of the best Cav Archer civs. It's definitely choices that you could go for, but I do think that Magyars are going to have an overall nice time of it, especially if they have some siege backup.
So Sitaux has a barracks already up, so he will go the usual scout rush, I think. I don't see
barracks up already. Scout rush. No, if this is 3 going over here, he's probably going to go for man-at-arms.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 80, so 19 pop man-at-arms. I wish I could pull off these kind of plays. Right, I wish. Especially with Japanese, because of the faster attack rate of their man-at-arms in Feudal Age, they kill vills so fast, and they're really good at pressuring buildings, especially if they manage to get to Feudal Age before their opponent. One of the big benefits of man-at-arms or Feudal Age play for them with the militia line is that you have your militia in your opponent's base before your opponent gets to Feudal Age, unless you bump into a Jaguar on the way over. Which really upsets the timing of the landing there. And look at this. We are pathing up to Wisenatic. We're ignoring Lefty. And we're heading straight over to the Celt player who's going double archery range. Double archery range Celts. While Big Chief is doing Big Chief walls. Who is this? Who is this chief? Walling? I mean, completely idle eco, and the walls doesn't stop the scout arriving.
But I don't know why Wisenatic is still harassing a Big Chief with the scouts. Anyway.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice, but there we go. We've got just a classic double straight archery range play. Really interesting. The man-at-arms, 2 man-at-arms will land, and we can see that 2 man-at-arms from the Japanese, because of the speed, is just so deadly. Look at that. Look at how fast 2 of them shred Vills. It's not quite enough. We lose the scout. We get forced back. We don't lose a Vill there, so it's a really nice kind of defense overall. But we've been forced off gold from our double archery range play. Oh, thanks DE pathing. That's what that is. Off the back of this, Lefty is gone for scouts. Putting that little bit of pressure on. We have single archery range out for Sitaux, whose most of his focus is over to the north. We have 3 man-at-arms together, so the 3rd man-at-arms he walked over, but there's double archery range out. Wisenatic is so ready for this.
Why Sitaux is sending up north those militia? Sorry, men-at-arms.
Because he wanted to try and damage and disrupt the higher rated player.
Yeah, but he's going towards the lefty now.
Because now that he's seen double archery range, he knows that his units cannot do any damage. Like, they will only die. So if he loops back round and sees if he can upset Lefty a little bit, especially because he sees that Lefty has 2 scouts, which is not a sizable mass at all, he's got to know full well that he's able to do, like, there's probably not going to be archers for him to deal with down here because there's the scouts on the field. And he's hoping that because they're in low enough numbers that that there's not a huge presence of kind of military or defense at home. And he's kind of right. Look at the exposed vills on the wood line. And no real safe gold either. He's been baited into thinking that there might be a wood line there or something. But 2 militia shouldn't get a huge amount done. Lefty should still be able to click up at some point soon.
Yeah, finally the Wisenatic archers are joining the Lefty's Saxon scouts. This is a good attack.
This is much better.
Yeah.
And that's it. If they manage to do good damage onto Sitaux. But look at that. Just like the preemptive tower. As soon as he knew that he was open and that he couldn't pressure the archers, he made sure that he had a safe gold.
Yeah.
Which pretty much guarantees that he'll, even if he's damaged a bit, should be able to get up to Castle Age. And by having Big Chief safe at home, even with Big Chief's Big Chief style eco, means that Big Chief should be able to reach Castle Age as well. Isn't on gold yet, but maybe one day will be. But Lefty should be able to click up relatively soon. As soon as we start that transition over to gold, I don't think we'll be super far off. Blacksmith on the way down. We've got 20 farms down already. What, 20 villagers? I don't know if that's 20 farms. Yeah, 20 farms down already. Like, this is good. Sitaux taking pretty big damage, military-wise. Second archery range.
Is this the first attack we see on Sitaux at this stage of the game?
Yeah.
Compared to the previous rounds and matches.
It's definitely the first attack where both players have been in his base.
Yeah.
It's definitely not the first Sitaux-focused attacks we've had. We've seen him on Hideout be practically walled in by castles, but it's like hitting him in Feudal and doing sustained damage in Feudal. No, I don't think we've seen that. And every time he's Big Chief doing something, he's towering. And it's not been noticed. It's such a surprise for Big Chief to do anything like this. And it's doing good as well. The Chief comes mopping up. Of course, the Turk Scout Cav do extra... Is it extra damage they do, or they receive less damage from archers? Either way, it did okay there.
Turks.
2+1 on the old Pierce armor. +1 archer armor. Yeah, so they're just that little bit better against the archers. And Big Chief actually is doing some damage, getting some Vil kills in Feudal Age. Let's go, Chief! And it kind of feels like Sitaux has weathered the storm. He's got 39 Vils, so he's equal to Lefty Stexton, which is wild. Like, he's being pressured. He's got two opponents in his base, causing a nuisance. And he still manages to keep even Vil count with Lefty, who is completely unmolested at home. Crazy. Big Chief has been a nuisance, but he's actually just... Look at Wisenatic. He's just ignoring the fact that there's a tower there. He's like, no, I'll just manually click my Vils back over. Yeah, Sitaux is teaching the Chief a thing or two. And look at that. They've been reminded that Big Chief exists. And they've taken their foot off the gas on Sitaux. No! Don't go and focus on the Chief.
Yeah, that's a shame. I mean, they even lost the fight. It was 2 versus 1, and Sitaux still managed to win. And now he's heading to Lefty, towards Lefty base.
Wisenatic pulled his archers back to deal with the small amount of military from Big Chief. But I just don't think he needed to. I think he was able to defend that. If he made 2 spears, he would have been fine. But hey, we have Castle Age landing real soon. I don't think there's a huge amount of damage that Sitaux can actually do here. When both of these players hit Castle Age, that should definitely be some nerves for Sitaux. So we are going stable. This was a pretty bad fight for Lefty and Wisenatic, but they will at least clear up the military, and they are only trading their feudal army for Sitaux's feudal army. And off the back of this, are we going to go for Celt Cav Archers? Do you think that's what we're going to see? Celt Cav Archers as the one civ that that doesn't get good Cav Archers in this mix? No, we are still making archers though. That's interesting. I did not expect archers. So, second TC on the way down for Lefty. Wisenatic needs some skirms mixed in, says Key or Kai.
Yeah, Castle Age for Wisenatic as well.
Yeah. I am surprised that we're still going for archers, to be honest. I don't hate it, I don't know, I'm just surprised. I think I would have preferred just to throw down some siege workshops and have some spears out. and let Lefty take the range, but no. We're losing, again, all of our crossbows to the extra pierce armor of these scouts who've managed to do really good damage. Like, this is fantastic from the Chief. This might be one of his best showings to date. But the defensive showing is not there as Lefty comes diving in. Oh, Chief. We said the words, we built you up too high, and how the mighty can fall. The mighty do fall as we get what potentially will be a little bit of a surround by these knights. No, it's not enough. There's enough of a mass here that should be able to mop that up. Oh, it is fighting downhill now, though. And if we just stop the Chief managing to get up to any mass, that would be a concern. Cav Archers out for Sitaux. University, we're going fast ballistics. The Chief not having a good day. Probably going to be stuck in Feudal Age.
Yeah, almost lost all his Vils.
It was going so well. It was going so well.
Yeah, I think Lefty is playing very well now.
I think Lefty always plays really, really well. My worry is that if Sitaux gets up to a big mass of Cav Archers,
Yeah, that could be a problem.
What are they gonna do? Like, I really would have expected Magyars to be leaning into their Cav Archer play. Cav Archers backed up by Siege would be fantastic. Good damage onto the Cav Archers of Sitaux, though, meeting on the hill, and it was a little late in seeing that engagement. So we get a little kind of 3-for-1 trade there. Pretty good. And because we've managed to throw down 3 TCs, we're pretty safe. We do have some exposed goldvilles, but they could just move down to the south. And here we go. Siege Workshop finally out. Probably going to see some mangonels. I was going to say scorpions, but then I saw a mangonel, so I got to lie.
Hello, Avendale. Yeah, I think they tried to do Sitaux once, but they placed the TC too far away, too far from the TC
You want
range.
More relevant all-time stats? Ooh. You want the idle time one? There we go. That's, I mean, yeah. It's you want the KD one? You want this one? I like this one too. No trade to worry about though.
So yeah, Lefty is chasing now Sitaux cavalry archers, and Wisenatic is going towards Big Chief. I don't know why. That's strange.
They're sort of letting him get away. Chief does manage to click up to castle, and so we will have a full castle age chief. It's a very scary thing. We have ballistics on the way in for Wisenatic, who will, now that he has at least got some upgrades, take, I was going to say an okay engagement here, but actually he's getting decimated by the Scout Cav Archer combo. Oh. Look at that for a mop-up. The teamwork from this pair.
Yeah, well played.
But if we're looking at the Vil difference between the two, 61 Vils compared to 70 and 80, so the eco expansion is actually starting to get away from them, and the massive Knights will always be a worry. Knights will get to dictate where the engagements are taking place. Cav Archers are great when they're in your opponent's base. They're not so great if you are having to use them like super defensively.
So a third TC from Sitaux going up.
It's a very necessary TC to secure some extra gold, because he's not a huge amount of gold left on his original pile. Certainly enough for now.
And 4 TCs for Wisenatic.
Yeah, look at that. It's just going for that boom defense. There you go. Wheelbarrow in for both Wisenatic and Lefty. Just everything is looking sort of okay. Sitaux housed. Can we see gods bleed? Will the mighty fall? At the moment, military advantage is actually in favour of Sitaux and the Chief, but the eco advantage is significantly behind.
Yeah, we have a big fight now. Knights against cavalry archers and some crossbowmen and
backup of the siege.
Scorpions.
Scorpions are so deadly against Cav Archers if they manage to get those hits in. The light Cav
now
are
they should push.
Pretty deadly against Wisenatic though. They're like little champ skulls. The extra pierce armor of this light Cav means that they have 4 pierce armor right now. So they're taking like 3 damage per shot from a TC. That's not too bad. Little tanky little light Cav there, and they are putting some pressure on, which has forced the entire military back of both Wisenatic and Lefty, which means that Sitaux is able to loop back, split his military in half, and support.
Yeah, I don't know why they retreated.
They had to defend in some way, but the defense probably should be just sending a few knights back and keeping that pressure on Sitaux. instead of pulling back the entire army. Probably could have messed with those light cav if we had sent like four knights back to deal with that. And instead we're sort of splitting up. And we've allowed that military, it's a scary, almost death ball of cav archers. There's so many. Oh my god. Sitaux always looks so deadly. Imp on the way in for Wisenatic. I kind of want to see some walling. That's what I want to see. I kind of want to see some walling. If we let Sitaux just start to raid this back into the game, if we start to see Sitaux throw down some stables or something, not got a huge food eco, so he's not going to start raiding. He is going to have to rely on heavy cav archer when that comes in Imp. He is trying to take those good engagements. He's trying to dive in and keep those the vil count of Lefty low. I mean, we've got the potential for a little bit of a surround here. It's a bad fight for blue, but maybe with the support of some siege, it'll be okay. The siege is definitely handy. Castle will come down from Lefty at the front of his base. Try and secure some more gold, splitting off some of the cav archers. There we go, just keeping them being a nuisance. As long as they're always a threat, that's definitely something that will be in Sitaux's favour. More rangers on the way down. We're just going to pump out cav archers till the day we die. Ooh. Didn't went for skirms early because of the Turk light cav, but yeah, surely better versus cav archer. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Love the little siege combo, and again, Sitaux is having to keep his very, very mobile army at home. He wants to keep them alive for when he's in Imp. He doesn't want to be losing them before he gets there, and he's definitely aware of the military.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice denial from the chief.
He got Imperial.
Yeah, I mean, Imp is good for Wisenatic. Skirm, not so good for Wisenatic against the ridiculous light cav that are now 2+3. Taking barely any damage from any range units, that's for sure. Castle denied. Imp lands in for Sitaux, and he has a pretty sizable army. I'd probably be pulling back my cav archers, my knights soon, to try and keep their mass up. Certainly back to the castle. No castle down for Sitaux, which means that a push from Sitaux is very, very unlikely. Onager and Scorpion won't really spin this fight around, but as soon as we start seeing some pikemen, that definitely will. Pikes are the way. You know that the chief doesn't have much of an eco at the back of this, so if you survive the pressure, you can make the counter units. There's no real danger of the chief doing a huge amount right here. Heavy cav archer just landing now. The deadliness of these units just dies up. They become so tanky. 80 HP each. They can now fight with those knights real easy. So until Cavalier comes in, we can't really do anything to this mass of heavy cav archer that even have Parthian tactics on the way in as well. They can dive in and receive relatively little damage. Look at that. They're able to just sit under the TC fire, losing barely any, and do great damage to Lefty. But the castle finishes to the north. Onager is in. We have siege. Cavaliers. What is it? Plate barding? Plate barding on the way in. Defensive castle. Ooh, and this castle might actually genuinely be denied by the amount of heavy cav archers that we've got right here. And we can't take this engagement until our upgrades are in for Lefty. The knights are going to be pulled away. And look at this, it's just a full surround of cav archers. castle, Oneville castle from the chief. And all of the production units are going to go down. Cav Archer raid is massive on Wisenatic, but Wisenatic does have the vills to spare. Maybe not this many vills to spare. I don't think he's only just noticed
that
now.
he was attacked. Now he realized.
Yep, that's some good damage. 149 to 61 KD.
Check Sitaux Castle.
It's finally on the way up. That's something. Cavalier is in for the Magyars. Paladin on the way. Paladin's good. Why did we pass? Just fight them. Look at this! Look at this for damage! Oh my word! Idled the entire economy of Wisenatic there. But Wisenatic's on 5 TCs. He doesn't care. He can redo that in a moment. We've still got 122 vills. This is okay. He has castles up. He's in a position. 6th TC on the way down. We have Trebs. We have Siege. We have Pikes. We have a pretty dead Big Chief on the way. And with Paladin will be a bit of a game changer. Paladin means that they can dive completely into the eco of Sitaux, and there is nothing Sitaux can do against Paladin. He's not teched into Halbs yet. He's on his way. He's getting those upgrades. He knows he's... Oh no, he's in Halb. He knows it's happening, but he doesn't have the mass yet. He's got 2 barracks. 2 barracks does not beat 43 Paladin. 43 fully upgraded Paladin. Nah.
Yeah, now left is pushing, finally.
Monastery, castles, Paladin upgrade lands in. And when we see Paladin, what do? We try and throw down a defensive castle as those Paladins dive into the very exposed eco. We throw down more barracks because we know we need to get those Halbs out. We need anything to try and deal with these Halbs. At the same time, it's like Wisenatic has actually taken a pummeling. He's down to 89 vills from being at 130. Like, these Cav Archers have shredded, but the Chief is dead. But what does that matter? It's only the Chief. I would like for Wisenatic to turn his attention around to supporting this push against Sitaux.
Yeah,
if we have
end this match.
Yeah, this could be over. Can I lower the Enigma Cup logo? Yeah, I can. It's supposed to be see-through. There we go. All Paladins getting blocked in by the vills. Okay. Look at that. Some Hera moves there. Still no real reaction to these Cav Archers in the back. And we're down to... We're back up to 100 vills. Furora Celta is in. Furora Celtica, yeah. Okay. These elite skirms would probably be better suited if they were at home defending against the Cav Archers, but you know, whatever. There's a lot of things going on here. Maybe if they can defeat the Chief, Sitaux will know that he can't win this game. If they fully defeat the Chief.
Oh,
the Chief
check lefty castle. Oh, in Sitaux base.
It's a staging
probably
castle.
Not the best.
I was going to say it's not
the best position. But it's a statement, I think. It's more like a statement.
Statement castle would have been on the stone or
but
kind of
saying,
next to the blacksmith.
I'm coming after you. I'm here.
So, what do we do if we're Sitaux? So, we're going to get... Look at that, he's walling up. the Chief is walling up. He's going to make a castle. He's going to boom back into this game, and we still are being pressured by the cav archers in the base for Wisenatic. He's not too affected though, because he's back up to a decent number of vills. Look at how many castles Sitaux is trying to throw down. Paladins are going down to halbs. We have the castle count. Like, we should just start pumping out some trebs now. It's either that or throwing down more farms and starting to raid. 58, that's definitely enough to start doing a little bit of a stable transition and getting some raiding units out. Just, you know, I kind of feel like it's time to start giving Sitaux a bit of his own, you know, bit of his own medicine. No, don't just sit there. Don't stand ground, you paladin. No! Oh, God. Oh, Lefty,
shame.
Don't do this to us.
That's a gift to Sitaux.
Yeah, good gift. We do at least get the treb. That's at least something. We're going to make another castle on the hill. I'd like to see Siege Onager if we could maybe afford it. Siege Onager will be huge. Because it's like these cav archers, they can survive an Onager shot. It's 2 Onager shots to kill a cav archer, right? So you make that Siege Onager and have that to be an even bigger trade potential. Like that's definitely a threat. Paladin have done good work against those cav archers. And I guess the focus of Sitaux was not there. Chief, look at the reboom.
Oh, wow.
He can't die. And that castle is being pressured. Paladins dive over. They get the treb. They get those vills. They then die to the halbs. But it's like, do we have the eco at the back of this? We don't have trade up and running, and we are currently not on gold. So our paladins can't really be replaced. So now we're converting ourselves into a full elite skirm army. And we're going to go halb for Wisenatic.
I really love how Lefty is playing. He's just facing a 2k elo player. It's amazing.
Yeah, he's definitely doing okay, and I think the skirm transition is absolutely fine. Especially because Kel infantry, they all get the faster attack rate, right? So these halbs are actually kind of deadly, right? They actually do, because their attack rate, good damage. Strongholds on the way in. Yeah, don't take that fight. Your paladins are very, very important. Paladins are very, very important. These paladins should just be in the eco, not just not here. In the eco. Looking for something to do damage to, not killing outposts or attacking one archery range. Doing some real damage.
Lefty is pushing like on the left hand side of a Sitaux base with just a few paladins, but yeah, he's not really raiding him.
Gambeson's on the way in. Ooh lordy, there we go. Hussar. I wanted to see Hussar ages ago.
Yeah,
what is the ELO?
Push there.
Lefty is was still under 1100 the last I remembered, but definitely is kind of knocking on that 1100 range. And Wisenatic is 2k1, I think.
Yeah,
now?
I just updated the ELO. I did it yesterday.
Damn, look at that. 1197, just under 1200. Wow. That's amazing. That's why I picked him for my team. Wisenatic does look good. He's so handsome. Wisenatic's so handsome and charming. And Chief's castle goes down.
Oh, hi, Shikso. Hello, man. Welcome.
It looked like the Halbs were attacking his own Trebs. I was so confused. Oh. Okay,
Tom,
well...
so now Sitaux is destroying Lefty Castle with 2 traps, Alps, and... What's the name of that infantry unit?
The
I
Samurai.
cannot see the name. Ah, Samurai, yeah.
Elite Samurai.
Oh, Elite Samurai.
Ah, yeah. My fellow weebs' favourite unit. Swinging their katanas around that they got from the mall. Look at these mall ninjas right here. Slashing away.
Lefty
Castle
has
denied.
idle paladins. I don't know why he's not bringing them to his base.
He doesn't want to bring this into a Halb fight. The most useful thing for these paladins to do is to protect the siege.
Oh, okay.
Protect the siege or be physically in the back farming eco of Sitaux.
Yeah.
If we can effectively hold Sitau's army down at the front and stop him being able to send his full military force over to defend on the left, if we can split Sitau's attention, he will not have the military mass to deal with 2 players. That's how you kill him.
No, the castle is down.
It's like you have to make this a 2v1, and they have. Like, Chief has these 14 villagers on stone. He has an army of scorpions that he's making from his 1 siege workshop.
Could he sling over resources to Sitaux?
I mean, does he really have any resources to sling? No. He's got stone. Okay. He's got stone, and to be honest, stone's probably the last thing that Sitaux needs right now. What Sitaux needs is a teammate. Yeah, actually, he needs...
We have a major push now from Wisenatic and Lefty on Sitaux base with a castle drop.
Yeah, and that's it. He's just defending the siege. Just make sure the paladin are here to stop the Trebs from dying. These Trebs stay alive. There is nothing that we can do to stop the push into the base. They'll clean out the production. They'll mean that Sitaux is constantly housed, and the GG has to be here. Right, it has to be round the corner. There is no response to this. We can't raid them to death. As long as we can't knock out Lefty to the same point that Big Chief is in, like, this is it. This is game over. Castle is up. We're safe. Just need... Like, is it even worth getting Siege Onager? Maybe not. We do have trade up and running as well, so we can start making more gold units. Like, this is looking just so tidy. We've even got some Woad Raiders, which are, as we all know, a fantastic raiding unit. We've got barracks being thrown down, so we're going to throw in some halbs of our own. And it's just... It might just be enough now that we've held at the front. We're pushing at the side. Sitaux is hemmed in. He's probably going to see that they're trading, and I think when you see that they're trading and you've got no way of trading yourself, you've got to give them their credit. You've got to give them their due. You've got to let them have that GG.
Yeah, it looks like a GG, this one.
It most certainly does.
And that would be the second.
Yeah, the second time somebody takes a game off Louisiana. Competitive as well. Like, Sitaux did not make this easy, and Big Chief played really well. This was definitely not a game of Big Chief letting the ball down, right? Like, Big Chief did so much damage to Wisenatic.
Yeah.
Like,
and still, he's making scorpions, so yeah, it doesn't want to surrender.
No.
Oh my goodness. They...
It happened.
Yeah, yeah.
Again.
They call it.
Louisiana loses a game. Look, everybody who said it was not possible, who said there's some teams out there who did not want to play, even though they played wonderfully throughout the tournament. Looked up playing against Sitaux and BigChief and went, no, we'll take the admin loss. I can't see us ever beating them. Look, LEFTNATICS. There are some teams that have beaten LEFTNATICS, or at least come close, who chickened out, or who lost to Sitaux and the Chief. And look, right there, LEFTNATICS take that game.
Really, they're very brave, because it shouldn't be easy to face someone like Sitaux, but they managed to get the match, which is great.
It means that this is only the second time we have seen a game 3 of Louisiana versus LEFTNATICS. Now, this goes completely... Well, thank you for whatever that was. It was noisy as fuck. I just cheered some bits. Well, bits out for Elendo.
Hello, I think.
Right, let's hop back to this. Load up game number 3. Wow. Which will be Oasis.
Yeah, I think I'll be right back in 5 minutes, Tom, if you don't mind.
Yeah, if
unless
you want to take
you won't carry on, but yeah.
No, we could take a short pause, I guess. Why not? We'll be back in. I don't know. We'll be back in 5.
See you very soon, guys. Thanks a lot.
Yo. Welcome back. Oh god. So damn loud with the bagpipes. I felt like the Scots were invading. We can't be having that. So far, pretty banging set. Game 1, absolute domination by Louisiana. But game 2, LEFTNATICS was not letting that happen on the easy. Man-at-Arm Josh was not effective since he tried to attack both the players instead of just attacking any one player. I think he did about as much upset damage as he could because of the double archery range play from Wisenatic. It definitely helped that his man-at-arms went the long way. And I like that he pulled back and tried to do some damage to Lefty as soon as he realised that he couldn't do any real damage left to Wisenatic. I just think that overall the civs were a good combo, and I think as much damage as he managed to do, it was not enough against the power of two solid players that managed to knock out Big Chief completely. And then died to numbers. But game 3, that's an interesting one. Hypnos might not make it back in time, so he might catch up with us. But I'm going to dive in because I have somewhere to be at 4 o'clock, and I'm worried that the next game might take a while. Because, could you go to the correct doofer? Oh, that's the wrong thing. That's the wrong thing. There we go. That's the right thing. And here we go. Okay, game 3 of LEFTNATICS versus Louisiana. In a 1-1 matchup so far, we go to Oasis, which is a random map picked by the Master Wallow bot, along with random civs. So we have Wisenatic here in the blue, playing as the Bengalis, I think. Yes, Bengalis, that's the right image. And then we have Wisenatic's teammate in the green, Lefty Sexton, playing as the Koreans. So Bengalis and Koreans, not a bad combo. Like, all things considered. Like, yeah. And then up against that, we have Sitaux and Big Chief playing as the Mongols. I hate this. I hate this matchup because I think double Mongols sucks. I think double Mongols sucks. Yeah. Yep. Only one team bonus. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Mongols anyway. I mean, they're... Oh. It's frozen. Unfreeze. Come back. There we go. Yeah, not a huge fan of Mongols anyway. They are great late game, but it's getting there. Oh, I hear Hypnos. I hear me. I hear Hypnos. I hear me. I hear me twice. I hear me twice. Trauma. When you compare that to Bengalis and Koreans, I think Bengalis and Koreans is a much better combo, especially that I think in this kind of matchup, as insane as they can be, because this is a match that sort of forces you to fight through the sides. Bengali elephant archers are going to be insane, right? Like, that's just the amount of health that those trades are going to force is going to be really, really rough. And then you have that backed up by we're in a position where we can't really go for anything else. What if in semis both players get bad same civs? They get beat, I guess. Luck seems to be a huge part of this tournament. It's definitely interesting.
Yeah. I think it would be part of the nature of this tournament, which is an enigma.
It definitely is a bit of an enigma, and a bit of an enigma is we've managed to grab some more sheep heading over for Big Chief. Lots of sheep on Oasis, so it's not normally a big loss. And look at this! The Chief is on the way forward, all ready to start the Big Chief walls. Love that, nice and early walling. Especially if at the back of these walls, after we hit feudal age, if we just stonewall across as well, and we just make it so we can't force through this kind of northern gap. If we do that, I think that that's a really good plan for these guys, because the Mongols they have to do really good damage in feudal age because they fall off so hard in castle age. So they're going to have to take this late, which means that you don't want to be dying by Wisenatic and Lefty being able to walk through Big Chief's base to hit Sitaux. Right? We've got to wall this off. Wisenatic spots the wall attempt and does damage to the scout. Now, this is a fight that we can take, but he's going to be a nuisance. Big Chief is never going to be able to wall this off because he's taken too much damage on his scout, and his scout isn't... it's just not... You know? He can actually dive, fight the scout, and then turn his attention to the villager. The villager doesn't have loom. Sending one vill forward, unloomed, risky as fuck. Still no loom. Feudal age is in for Sitaux already, and Big Chief still doesn't have loom. And he's going to lose his scout. Feudal age on the way in for Wisenatic, and Sitaux, he is going for that man-at-arms play. He gets in! Oh, he gets in! That's damage. One power of Mongols is the ability to have a dirty fast uptime. And it is dirty fast. The quick wall-offs are there. And we've look at that, baiting those man-at-arms into the TC fire. A little bit rough there. Good damage, but look at this messy eco. Forced off food. We're pretty much entirely idle. Lose a vill, but we do kill a man-at-arms. Scout is coming home, and we will probably finish the walls off. This is perfect. This is everything that they needed to do. They've distracted any potential feudal aggression. The later click-ups should be that Lefty is trying to go for a fast castle. But as it stands, we're not going to be able to pull off a fast castle because we've got no food. We've just got no food in the bank for that kind of thing. We've not got a farm set up. Wood wasn't there because we were entirely idle. This is a mess of an economy for Lefty. Have you sort of vaguely caught up to where we are, Hypnos?
No, I'm trying to. What's your minutes?
I'm at 11:34. I've paused.
Okay. Give me a sec.
I'll wait. But this is definitely going late. And this is definitely going long. Like 100%. Because the chief has walled. He's thrown down outposts.
Right, you said 11?
11:34.
34. All Alright, neatly there. Okay, 11:34. And so we'll stop it. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, ready?
I am ready. Give us a countdown.
3, 2, 1, go.
And we're back into it. We have a market on the way down along with an archery range for Wisenatic. Market archery range is not a traditional build, I would say, but this is because we want to use that little bit of market abuse to get up. Now, I love this. I love this that we have managed to loop all the way round and we're just trying to upset the eco with, again, the man-at-arms play. This isn't as deadly as when it was the Japanese, though, because we don't have that faster attack rate. So 2 low HP man-at-arms, they can't actually kill the 4 or 5 villagers. They have to find one that's exposed. It just doesn't look like that is the case. Everything here is 2 low HP. Right. So, Castle Age on the way in for Wisenatic. Nice and early and smooth. Loom only just on the way in for the Big Chief, who is going for an extra layer of walls. This time, it's a house wall. Let's go, Chief. This could be a stone wall. We don't need to... didn't need to make this out. Okay, this is fine, I guess. Now, Sitaux, he's going for feudal aggression. Again, Mongols do have to try and achieve some kind of success in feudal age. Because Castle Age can be so tough for them. And I think he managed to do decent upsetting damage to Lefty.
Yeah, he still has the 2 men-at-arms inside their base. Still making damage.
Can't early boom with stone walls. It's true you can't early boom with stone walls, but I'm never going to expect for Big Chief to do a successful boom. Like, it's just one of those things where it's like the only reason to stonewall is not to allow Big Chief to boom, because he won't. It's to allow Sitaux to have a completely safe flank. Like, that's the only reason.
So yeah, that's a defensive tower from Lefty.
I don't think that's a very, very necessary tower.
Yeah, well done.
I don't know if I would have necessarily bothered to put it there, because I love this. We've looped all the way around. We are going to try and get in because the man-at-arms can at least, you know, stop the Vills from coming over here.
Well, he destroyed our house.
Yeah.
Rather, just destroyed a house.
If this had been here instead, or here,
yeah, true.
we probably could have protected this entire area. It's fine. We've got market. We've got another house. We're going to make it tough to get in anyway, so that's fine. The whole point of this is just to try and allow us to get up. And we've managed to get the support of Wisenatic over. And he's in castle. We should probably be able to... If we get crossbow, maybe? It doesn't look like we're even bothering with that. We're just going to try and fight this with a small amount of archers. Oh, there was a hole! Oh, there was a hole! Oh, there's always a hole. And this is good. This is good.
Oh no.
Castle Age lands. Crossbow is in. This is fantastic. Here we go. There's the stone walls queued up to be at the end. Ah, let's go, Chief. Okay, we've looped back. We're going to kill these man-at-arms. The tower stays up. These aren't a huge amount of crossbows, so they're not the biggest threat, but they can be a nuisance. But look at that. We've got a couple of elephant archers out. Elephant archers can't really chase down Wisenatics, not Wisenatic, Sitaux's crossbows, but they can certainly damn well try. What's the rank command? Oh, that's it. Players. There we go.
Oh, hello, PM. Thanks, man.
Okay, so we're still pressuring, and we have forced Lefty off stone by having these crossbows. That's definitely something. And we will threaten the wood line as well. That's definitely interesting. Oh, I was so hyped for Big Chief doing his stone walls, but instead Big Chief has decided not to stone wall off. And has instead gone for Castle Age and a boom? Is he going to try and boom? We're going to see more than one TC off the Chief? I don't know if this is something I can agree with. Does he know how? No. Is this a thing I don't think so. that the Chief can do? Oh. It's definitely something that Wisenatic can do. We've seen a successful boom from him before. It's definitely something that Sitaux can do, as we are on 3 TCs booming away already. 48 Vils for Sitaux and 55 for Wisenatic. Lefty, what you gonna do? Super defensive civ, obviously, are the Koreans with their immediate upgrade to guard towers, which are great at dealing with small numbers of archers coming and being a nuisance, which happens to be what Sitaux is using right now. I wonder what the Chief is going to do. Well, we've got 10 Vils. Just chilling. Do you think they're waiting to build a TC?
No, we don't know.
They've got to be. They've got to be, right? Oh no, he's not. He's saved it. He's going for a castle. That's what he's doing. He's going for a castle. He's gonna delete a hole. There it is. He's deleted a hole, and he's gonna go forward, and he's gonna try and put a castle down, like right here. Hilarious. Okay, second TC on the way down for Lefty. Fourth TC on the way down for Sitaux. And Sitaux is just gonna boom. He's done everything he needed to. He just needed to make sure that he was in a position where he's not received much damage and has thrown his opponents off, and that he knows that he's not going to be fighting this out much in Castle Age. Well, looky here. We've got monks. We've got Vils. We can deny this castle.
Wow.
We can deny this castle with a castle of our own.
Will he convert all the villagers?
You can see that you can't do the old strategy of making the Vils run away from the thing by just hard clicking them like you could before. I'm glad about that because I sort of hated it. But the defense from Wisenatic was immediate, and 93% castle denial.
Wow.
Look at that. Lost. All of that stone. Lost. Just straight deletes it.
That was a good move on from Big Chief, I think. I mean, thinking about his elo,
yeah,
it's something that a 900 elo would do without considering the consequences or expecting the counter attack.
It's such a ballsy play. I love it, but they're risky castles. And the reason that they're risky castles is that low ratings, you can probably pull it off. Because your opponent is not looking, is not scouting. But against higher rated players who are actively looking, who do have units at the front of their base, who
Yeah.
never have something in a way where they're exposed. Like, even Sitaux right now, who is booming, has units forward just chilling underneath the tower, right? So he knows that effectively nothing is coming through this way. So he's got a reasonable expectation of safety at home because he's not seeing anybody come to deal with this. So he knows he's not being pressured. Especially when he sees that there's a counter castle had to come down to stop Big Chief, and now we've got a castle on a hill, and they're going to pressure through the Chief. And look, there's no stone walls. Even if we've got house walls here, there's a gap. So we still only need to kill one palisade and we're in. so all of this walling is moot. The stone walls have to come down much closer to home. We can't put them down here because we'll get pressured. I'm loving that this guard tower is going to go down. Imp on the way in for Sitaux, but also on the way in for Wisenatic. And I've not seen the new version of the Ratha. I don't know if they're any good. Maybe they are. They weren't all that good before. I think as a unique unit, they're a bit underwhelming. I mean, the ability to swap between range and melee is, I guess, useful. But I don't know if it's that useful.
I never played the Ratha.
No, I never play the Ratha either. Oh, you just can't be there. Fine. Fine. And you can come and be there. Sod it. We'll have Enigma Cup behind me. So it's not in the way. Okay, so Siege Workshops coming down defensively on the Chief's side. I imagine that's because we sort of know that pressure is going to come this way. And an aggressive castle. The skirms came forward to try and deal with the crossbows and died to them. That's quite funny.
Yeah, Ratha are weak against skirmishers, Huskers, Samurai, Eagle Warriors, Kamayuks, Camel units, Genoese crossbowmen, Paladins, Boyars, Monks.
And they don't have great range. And I guess they've got good maneuverability. And they're effectively a cav archer that can do melee damage if they want to. So that's okay.
Yes, stronger versus archers, siege weapons, and against the slow, non-ranged units.
I don't know what Mongols can do against Bengalis. Like, really. like what's it? What we're gonna do? Like, you can't take this fight. Yeah.
Yeah. No
he's completely out of the game.
But Sitaux is pushing lefty with 2 castles and trap and 1 trap. 2 traps now.
The game is, will lefty die slower than Big Chief? Right? That's the whole point of this. If lefty dies slower than Big Chief, and so Wisenatic is able to pressure this side of Sitaux's economy while Sitaux can't get to Wisenatic, it's game over. Like, that's how this particular map can be so brutal. Yeah. Because it's so dependent on you having an alive teammate, more so than most others, because you can't carry it solo because you end up being fully surrounded. It's really, really tough, and it means that they've got position for safe trade. Yeah. Chief not producing fills is normal, but
I think it's going towards Sitaux with Wisenatic. Yeah.
Yeah. But look, he certainly knows about it. Sitaux is going for those defensive castles on the hill. He's trying to lock that area down. If he was sensible, he would actually probably be stonewalling if he could, to just stop this pressure coming in easily. But look at how many trebs are out.
And Lefty just lost his castle, so I think Sitaux could actually raid.
But he doesn't have the.
He doesn't.
He doesn't have the military.
He has no units. No.
Just doesn't have the military for it. He might have 155 vils, which is very important for that early eco, but he's got no way of dealing with the Ratha at the moment. Because the Ratha just changed to melee, and they kill the siege rams, and actually they're being very, very effective. And it means that he can't focus any attention on this front push. And so we are struggling to push against the combined Villager Skirm, Mangonel, one war wagon defense. And Lefty does have a relatively solid eco. I mean, he's housed, but one of the things that Lefty has done pretty consistently well is being a really useful member of the team as a lower rated player. Like, Lefty's genuinely, I think, fantastic. So that team combo definitely coming out to play in that Lefty is able to hold just enough, die slowly, just enough against a 2k7 player that means that they are able to actually strangle the attention of Sitaux. Now, you don't get to see that very often. Parthian Tactics and Elite Mangadai on the way in, which is definitely a win condition. Look at how fast these siege rams are! Zooming along. Population says everything now. It certainly does. 63 military to 38. It's not unsalvageable, but 13 vils is definitely not enough. And those 13 vils are having to make their retreat over to this corner of the map. And this means that this corner of the map is all res that Sitaux is not going to be able to take himself. Right? This is an awful lot of additional res to be giving to Wisenatic. This is a stranglehold. If they don't push through and clear out this area of the map to secure that for themselves so they can get some trade in, this will be game over pretty soon. Well, not soon, but it will make it inevitable. Because if they don't have the ability to generate gold, they're just going to be strangled by units that trade good. Might lose all of our trebs here, though. Wisenatic notices, pulls them back.
So what's the population now, right now?
251 to 156 when it comes to military, to eco. Okay. So it's 300 to 200. So they have an extra 50% or whatever. Yeah, 50% more.
So are those Mangudais countering Elite Ratha?
Yeah, I mean they should do. The Elite Ratha have good pierce armor. I mean 1+6 is actually fantastic. So actually the Ratha seem to be doing pretty good actually. I didn't expect the Ratha to do that well, but it seems that new Ratha are so much better than they used to be. Sitaux is doing a real good job to the north. Like, yeah, they are managing to clear up that area, which is a win condition for them. Securing this part of the map is huge. And I have to say that the entire eco of Wisenatic is very much exposed. So if he manages to if Sitaux manages to hold and wipe out Lefty, then there is a chance. If the chief can boom back in. If.
Yeah, he has 1 TC only, and how many bills?
14, which is the same 14 that he ran down south with. He has no intention of expanding. at all whatsoever. And this is a bit of a death ball down south.
I'm seeing siege ramps melting all the buildings on their path.
That castle goes down. It's a big castle to go down as well. The Ratha combo has done good work. The Onagers all die. And the Mangadai are cut down in numbers. Only 20 of them left. We are trying to get some raiding done, and we are managing to take out some buildings with our speedy Ferrari rams to the north. Yeah, Sitaux is doing everything he possibly can, and he has completely cleared out Lefty from the left.
Wow.
Like, this is where you're like, right, okay, Chief, go north, boom. Wall off, boom. I need a distraction. Something. What is the answer to elite elephant archer, though? 2+6 pierce armor. They don't.
Wisenatic just stopped Sitau's attack in his base with the rams.
Siege elephants, just there, being siege elephants. And we are at least able to throw down some barracks for Lefty. I imagine we're just going to make some pikes just to help. And it's definitely something that would be really useful down to the south. We lose all of our trebs, I imagine. Okay, but we're down to 11 Mangadai now. This is putting Sitaux on notice. If we look at the score, Sitaux is even with Wisenatic. Big Chief is on 19 vills, so the reboom is on. Look at that. We even have 13 farms. Amazing. Castle will go down for Lefty. But it's pikes here now. The pikes are helping. What are these vills going to do, though?
Could they just stone wall?
I mean, honestly, it's what I'd like to see. Just completely stonewall wherever you can. Just the position of the units is a faff, because it's like this is where you want the stone wall to be, right? You want it to be here.
Yeah,
they can't get
not that much.
They can't get the vills over there because the military's over here. It's only a small amount as well, but we're constantly building stuff that's going to get in the way. All the while, we're fighting down to the south. We're holding. Like, Sitau's staying power in these games is always so strong, and it's something that carries him through when everybody else would be dead. Sitaux always finds a way to just sort of last that extra few minutes, to have that resilience. But we've got Skirm on the way in now. And I am feeling a little like days are numbered for Sitaux.
Yeah, they secured their safety now with Wisenatic and Lefty.
They're not unsupporting their push. Like, they're sending vills forward, they're getting production down at the front. Like, even if they've lost this area, they can just set markets up over here and start trading this way instead. Yeah. Like, they are super secure for this. The only thing that they need to really lock this down is to wall off this northern side and stop raiding coming in. Which is nice. This is it, isn't it? We are seeing giants fall. We are seeing the end of a flawless streak for Sitaux and the Chief. I'm not seeing an easy win condition for them. I can see Sitaux hold well, but a lot of it comes down to Big Chief being able to start being productive and for them to secure this area of the map. And that's not happening. They're being pushed back. They're losing their position. We're winning the fight on the right-hand side, That's kind of crazy, actually, that this is a fight that we've been able to take. The Ferrari Rams take out all of the Trebs, which nerfs that push, but there's so many Siege Elephants in the mix, and there are barely any Mangudai, which means that these Siege Elephants are just uncounted. They're just going to start marching their way through. They are the Rams themselves.
Wow.
Nothing can stop them. The army melts, and we are in a position where there is nothing protecting the super exposed, delicate eco of Sitaux. He's losing his production buildings to the north. He's trying to throw down a castle just to elongate the game as much as he can. Chief is building a second TC with one villager, so it'll be up by the end of the game, which may not be that far away. In all honesty, we are witnessing the end of the flawless streak.
Yeah, the unthinkable is happening.
Yeah. It really is. The LEFTNATICS, they always said, both Wisenatic and Lefty, that they wanted to take down Louisiana. They wanted to have that scalp put on their mantelpiece, and they are doing it. They've been, as a team, one of the strongest competitors that we've seen. And this will mean that instead of having to face Louisiana again in the quarterfinal, because bear in mind that 4 plays against 1, was it?
Yeah, we're 4, the 4th against the 1st, and 2nd against the 3rd.
We'll have a look at that.
Yeah,
because
we will. Yeah.
That means that LEFTNATICS have managed to dodge facing Louisiana in the next round.
This would be really epic. Would be just epic.
Because Irving doesn't want to see BigChief lose.
Nobody expected this.
Well, maybe you won't. Maybe you won't. Maybe I spoke too soon. They denied the forward castle. We have managed to miraculously pull out 35 Mangudai out of our rear end. We have some onagers here. If they were siege onagers, we could at least do some big damage to these elephants. But that's the thing. They're not siege onagers right now. They're just regular onagers. And the pressure is going to start turning up over on this left-hand side. We've got a sizable trash army out from from Lefty. Oh, is this just a slow, steady death? I mean, that castle is definitely not going up. It doesn't matter how many vills you send over. Sitaux is not letting that castle go up easy, and it is destroyed.
Wow.
Look at him. He's just... The defense, the resilience on this man is just... It's absurd. Ram Mangudai, so hard to push, especially because Mangudai, it's a bit like dealing with Magyars, right? The Mangudai do so much damage to siege that it actually makes it so hard to push them, because the Mangudai just snipe your siege, stop your push. Monks converting siege rams, which are then defending and keeping the production alive. Mangudai numbers are down to 12, and you just can't beat the tank. Look at that. 36,000 health, 3,600 health on 10 elephants. No, it's just, 12 elephants. So hard to deal with. And he keeps dealing with it. I don't know how. 126, like he's still pop capped. 126 fills. 38 Hussar, 17 Mangudai, and 14 Elite Skirms. Like, he's still pop capped. The only thing that he needs at the back of him is a teammate to be sending some stuff to join in. But Big Chief is so far off that. So far off that. Even, like, what do they need?
A miracle.
They certainly need a miracle. They've got some camel riders. But look at that. It's like Lefty's back in a position. Lefty's going to hit Imp, going to upgrade his units, and with that kind of secured, that it's going to be tough. It's going to be very tough. Siege Onager? Siege Onager would be nice. But Onager, regular Onager is in for Wisenatic.
And Lefty just hit Imperial right now.
There's that upgrade. Halb on the way in. Here's the walls. It's only Palisades, though, which, you know, I don't want to see Palisades. Palisades ain't stopping shit. I need stone walls, baby. Stone walls. Siege Onager's huge, though. Siege Onager at the back of this will do good damage to the elephant archers. It helps dictate the fights. So Siege Onager is an upgrade I love to see. Not that it does great against the light cav that are continually streaming in, being an absolute nuisance, being that meat shield that the elephant archers don't necessarily need, but they're definitely good at countering. But there we go. Siege Onager doing that damage.
Oh, wow.
Cannot ignore it. You cannot ignore it. Those elephants actually die to the massive Siege Onagers.
So, Wisenatic switching to light cavalry.
Yes, I don't like that. I would prefer if it was Halb at the front of them. I think. Yeah. They're holding because of Big Chief. Okay. Well, there is definitely some light cav, but these light cav can't do anything against the 38 Halbs of Lefty. And we are making cap ram for a ram push of our own from the Koreans. Do Koreans even get siege ram? I think I'd prefer to see a whole bunch of cannons, actually, out of the Koreans. Look at that. He's pushing it back. Sitaux, don't do this to them. They've managed to put themselves in such a winning spot. Don't just 2v1 this like it's nothing.
Yeah. I think only Lefty could save the game right now.
Yeah, we are definitely out of steam for Wisenatic. Does not have the military to deal with this. He's found a way to counter the elite elephant archers. I think we're a bit late in our production of trade. I don't think we expected to need it with how well our push had gone. But look at this. They've cleaned up, or at least are cleaning up that forward position. Sitaux. Sitaux. Don't be doing this now. As Big Chief turns himself into a useful member of society. He has 64 vills, 38 light cav, and 1 camel. And this is just as Sitaux has finished mining the gold. So we are going to very much need a trading eco soon. Somewhere, somehow. And if they manage to re-secure this bit of the map, that might do it. That might get them in a position where they can hold. Because if Big Chief does all of the trading, just invests everything in gold, and then spends the rest of the game slinging Sitaux all of the gold, they might just win. And we've seen them go for sling strategies before.
There is some gold left on the right-hand corner of the map. But Sitaux is just getting there.
It's not enough. Like 2,000 gold is definitely, you know, you take it, but that's not game swinging.
My goodness, Big Chief is losing all his army against Halbs. Oh no.
Yeah, and you do have to take into account that the Chief, he is in Castle Age.
Just lost all his cavalry. And
there is no further expansion from the Chief either. He has more light cav, but here we go. This is what I wanted to see. Let's go. Cannons, they are the way. Mobile, good position, easy to keep alive. Better to defend when you're facing the amount of light cav. Yeah. Castle goes down.
Do you think Lefty is playing as a pro? Like a pro?
No. No,
Okay.
no. I think there are definitely some holes in the Lefty gameplay. But is Lefty playing like a 1,000 rated player like he was at the start? Absolutely not. He's been a wonderful teammate, and he's been an integral part of how they've managed to win so much. Like, you cannot take away from how well Lefty has done in all of these games. I think he's been huge the way he gets back in. The one thing that we're seeing is that he's sometimes a bit slow to make his transitions. His defensive play struggles a little bit. So he's walled, but that's not a super safe wall. Palisade walls obviously any wall is better than no wall, but at this stage of the game, that really needed to be stone. And the fact that he's only on 89 vills now, it's probably not enough. He needed to be at 120 to really drag himself back into the game, so he could be a bit more useful. Part of the reason why Sitaux has managed to do as well as he has, and has managed to swing the score back in their favour for the first time in what feels like an hour, is because Lefty is behind in that build-up again into the game. And the trade is being denied, so we need to be sending markets over here now, right? Like ASAP, we need to be able to transition our entire market economy away from this corner because we've lost it, right? That needs to be something that we're dealing with right now. But instead, oh look, it was Palisades, and the light cav have managed to get in of Big Chief, and we're not able to transition our trade down here. Again, this is because of poor defensive choices. Now, I don't know if this... I mean, this is actually a huge raid on Lefty, right? Because he doesn't have eco to spare. Anytime you've got under 100 vills, you are on a knife's edge of eco balance. While for Wisenatic can afford to lose like 40 vills. It would probably help him. It certainly helped the production. Minus 10% though with Bengalis. Right, that's, I mean, yeah. That's true. Minus 10%. Yeah. So cheap.
I think Wisenatic managed to stop Sitaux advance. He's holding the ground.
Yeah, well, Sitaux should be out of gold now. Like...
How much gold do they have? Let me see.
None.
What's gold right now? Just Wisenatic, a little bit, yeah.
It's the only gold is probably our relic, I'd assume, by how fast it's going up. I can't even see. Where's my... Yeah. 1 relic for Sitaux. 3 relics for Wisenatic plus trade. That's where this falls off. Like, Mongols are great in late game if they have the gold to replenish their wonderful army. And the trade should be enough. And there we go. Look, the trade is coming down this corner. As we wanted. It would have been down this corner quicker had we stonewalled instead of palisade walled and hadn't been completely thrown off by a small raid from the chief. So we need to be re-walling this, like ASAP. Otherwise, we're gonna keep facing the same kind of problems. But the push is stunted. Freaking elephants, man.
Yeah, they are back in the game.
1,300 food for 182 gold. 1,300 food. Oh no! Freaking thing froze. Sorry. I'm at 1 minute 19 seconds. Where are you at?
Yeah, 1 hour 19 minutes 26 seconds.
If you pause at 1:30 or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, I will pause on 1932.
Okay.
And paused. Okay.
I'll be there in a second.
No worries.
Okay, I'm at 32. Okay, 3,
Okay.
2, 1, go! There we go. Sorry
go.
about that. Things freezing.
Well,
I struggled with them against the siege onagers though, but I think earlier normal elite elephants might have been nice. Mongols probably don't get halbs. Yeah, I think they just have pikes, right? I don't think... Siege onager has definitely been one of the most important things for Mongols in helping their push, because they've been able... That's what's been doing the big damage to the elite battle elephants.
I'm really curious to know how Wisenatic will take down that Sitaux castle. Will he use traps?
Oh, the raids. I mean... I think you still go for Trebs. I don't know...
How much gold does he have, Wisenatic?
I mean, he's taking the last of the gold down to the south, and they do have trade, so getting Trebs up isn't the end of the world for them.
Yeah, but check Big Chief. He's still he's raiding. He's raiding lefty economy.
He is, and we have finally walled this off again. As more raids come in. God, imagine if this had been stone. But we are at least house walling preemptively, so that's at least something. But again, it doesn't actually stop. Doesn't stop them getting in.
Do Koreans have stone walls?
Yeah, it's only like Goths and Cumans.
Right. So why they are not stone walling?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, guys! Come on.
Get the stone. Do you know what the other option is now? Onager, cut your way through. Right there, make a third line through and just rate the eco. You can.
Wow, that would be a great, the best ideas.
It's
the best idea.
I'm filled with the best ideas. I was built for the best ideas. Just like Big Chief is built for holding. He's definitely meant that the raids haven't actually been going through on this left-hand side. And Lefty has got less vills than Big Chief now.
Wow.
120 halves. There is no time on this God's green earth that anybody should need 120 halberdier against light cav. Against Castle Age light cav. You don't need 120 you need villagers, you need trade carts, and you need siege. You don't need 120 halves.
Right, the two bombers, one is dying, one is dead, one bombard left. Bombard cannon. Oh. Come on, Lefty.
If he would send 60 from it to the other side, that also would be very, very handy. There we go. The siege onagers are having a field day. Maybe that's why you have 120 halbs, so that when you lose 20 of them to 2 siege onager shots, it doesn't feel so bad. Oh, the damages, we're down at 91, 89. That's so funny.
And just one bombard cannon. It should be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sitaux has siege onagers, 1 trap, and he's pushing. But Lefty is going through now. He's going through the defensive lines.
These siege onagers are practically irreplaceable. I would expect to have Vills being sent over to repair them. They're so important. Like, he can't replace them. They are so integral to cutting down this number, and they die. And he did try and send some Vills over to repair. No, they don't. 2 are alive.
Get up.
Oh god, we want those repairs in.
He has villagers near the trap.
They're not there in time though. Instead, we're going for more stables. And we are down to 53 halbs. So it turns out we did need 120. Who knew?
So what happened to them? How did he lose them?
Sending them to fight in against onagers and under castle fire and small numbers of Magadai.
Maybe he's tired, and
maybe he's tired.
A long match.
It is a long match, and like it's so hard to kill Sitaux.
It is, yeah.
I would like some more stuff from Big Chief. The problem is Big Chief is never going to click up. He can't. He cannot click to imp. Like it is impossible for him to, because he can never get 800 gold. And like, I would actually love to see some markets and some trading. Like they have the position, like they can trade from like here to here, even though it's a bit risky. That's at least something. Some trade is better than no trade. There's not a huge amount of trade rolling for the LEFTNATICS. Like 18 and 27? That's not huge. That's not a massive trade economy.
And Lefty losing hubs just under the TC and the siege onagers. What he's doing? Oh, try to kill the siege onagers, yeah. Yeah, it makes sense, yeah. But he didn't. Oh my goodness. Lefty, come on.
There we go. It's fine. We're getting handcart. Getting handcart. This is okay. We're back up to 90 halbs. This is all fine. Our trade is pretty good. How much gold are we getting per trip for that? 22? 22 gold? Really? That's shit. Oh, because we've lost our markets. Oh, painful.
I think they deleted the markets in the right hand corners.
I want to get some markets here and keep your trade down here. That's pretty grim though. There we go. 96 gold per trip. That's a bit better. Dancing. We're getting a decent. Like we've cleared the castle. We're going to clear the siege. Lefty should be able to push in now.
Yeah.
It's a gold thing for poor Sitaux now. For sure. Like his KD is insane. Like 3-2 thereabout KD. That's pretty good when scaled up as far as he has. Considering he's facing up against elite battle elephants as well, like the fact that he's managed to get so many efficient trades and his fights have always been so good is huge. But with this pressure coming in from the left.
Yeah, lefty invasion is just begun.
Insane. 150 military to 88. It's sort of what won them game 2. And it's definitely what's winning them game 3 if that takes them through. Big Chief not really adding anything else in, just making more light cav. Honestly, do you know what? Oh, if only they had some trade and some gold, because even some Mongol longswords would actually have been really useful up against what Lefty's doing.
Wow, Sitaux is countering with the hussars, but yeah.
Yeah, there was a little window there where it got a bit scary for Lefty and Wisenatic when it was pushed back. Can I show resources panel? I absolutely can. There we go. We can see again, no gold, no chance, and the first loss we have seen. Giants fall.
Oh my goodness.
Titans have been ended.
Wow.
As Sitaux, for the first time in 9 weeks, over 2 months, has been forced to call a series GG, and the LEFTNATICS are the only team in the group stage to take a whole series off Louisiana.
Wow. Honestly, I'm just surprised that no one has done this before. And I don't understand why we had to wait the very last match to see this. I don't know.
I think there's a couple of reasons. One of them being that I think that Oasis is a much better matchup for facing up against Sitaux and BigChief than a lot of the other maps that have been randomed.
Yeah.
It can be really, really tough to face Sitaux in a situation where he is able to get a sizable advantage and do damage to both players. And when he's forced to only fight one and let the other player alone, that can be really, really tough. And Wisenatic and Lefty did not let BigChief do anything. Like, he was forced out of the games completely in Game 2 and Game 3. Like, completely. Now, BigChief is not the person who carries the game to a win, but if he's forced to be not in the game at all, really, then as great as Sitaux is, he cannot overcome 2 players who are able to compete at a high level. And Lefty and Wisenatic have definitely shown that they can. Love it. Well, I have had, we'll have a quick glance at these statistics. So we can see just how absurd Sitaux did with a 1.61 KD, destroying buildings left, right, and centre. Had a huge wood eco, but the food eco for Wisenatic was great, and the lack of gold punished. Did we have much trade in that eco tribute? Not really. BigChief sent a little bit of res to Sitaux, but not enough to really swing the game. Lovely. Nice to see it. Well, I have to run because I've got to go and see a theatre show in 10 minutes. So I'm off. This has been an absolute blast. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us for the past 9 weeks of the group stage. And I look forward to casting some of the last 3 games. The 2 semi-finals and the finals. I don't know who will be casting the semi-finals and finals. I'm sure the streamers will fight that out between themselves. But tough tits, I'm definitely casting the finals. Come hell or high water, we're going to see who finally manages to take the crown. And we've seen Louisiana can bleed. Maybe if the LEFTNATICS face up against Louisiana in the finals again, maybe they can repeat this and we can have the upset win of not Louisiana winning the whole tournament. I'm just saying, it could happen. Who would have thought? It's been a blast. Hypnos, thank you for hanging out with me as the co-caster.
Yeah, thanks, Tom. Thanks a lot.
And I will see all of you
everyone.
very soon. Enjoy your raid.